Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a spread for You Know Better by Hyolyn. So I'm going to be talking on and off throughout this video. If you don't want to hear me talk or you hate the sound of my voice, that is perfectly understandable. Mute this video and stream You Know Better by Hyolyn while you watch. So here I'm just sketching out my letters as I usually do. I am not very good at actual calligraphy, so all of my lettering is what I consider to be faux calligraphy, where it looks like calligraphy, but I didn't actually write it in the traditional way that you're supposed to write calligraphy. It's almost more like bubble lettering, I guess. But I like how it looks. It's my go-to style, so I use it a lot. And I am now outlining my sketching with my micron before I color it in with my alcohol markers. So one thing about my spreads also is that I really like the lettering and any little designs that I put on the spread to match the colors in the photos that I use. So I often will use my little swatch sheet that you saw for all of my alcohol markers. I use both Copic markers and Ohuhu markers. And I use that to look at the picture and find colors that match the colors in the picture, or at least match enough to look really matchy when it's all put together. So that's what I did here. I wanted to do red and black because it really went well with the part in the video where she has kind of the red filter over her. It's funny because the last spread I did for Hyolyn, which was actually before I started this channel, but was for her song Dally, which was the first song of hers that I heard and actually fell in love with. And that is actually a red and black spread as well. So I don't know, that color just must associate with her for me for some reason. If you are thinking of investing in some alcohol markers, I do seriously suggest starting with Ohuhu markers. They come in sets. You can't actually buy them individually as far as I know, but they are a lot cheaper than Copic markers. They do not have a brush nib, which is why a lot of people prefer Copic markers. But to start out with some alcohol markers, they are fantastic. And I have the set of I think it's 100, and there are tons of color options. I definitely have way more Ohuhu markers than I have Copic markers. Copic markers are great because they blend a little bit easier because of their brush tip, but the Ohuhu markers are fantastic and really great for starting out your own collection of alcohol markers. Also, you may notice that I got a new gel pen, a new white gel pen. I actually really wanted one when I went to Michael's one day, and I couldn't find where they had a collection of gel pens, but I actually found this one in the checkout line. I think it's a Signio brand, and it's great. It's way more opaque than my Jelly Roll pen, and I'm really excited to start using it in all of my spreads. So this giant Hyolyn lettering, it looks great and I really love how it turned out, but I also sort of wish I hadn't used it. When I start fitting it into the spread, you'll kind of see that it's really just kind of too big and almost in the way, but I spent time to make it, so I felt like I needed to use it in the spread. And I do really like how it turned out. I really loved the solid black with the red drop shadow. The black just looks so velvety and opaque, and I really liked it, but it wasn't really necessary, but that's okay. You know what? It's fine. So here, as usual, I'm using my tiny little scissors that are definitely not meant for paper to cut out my lettering. I just have more control over them without the giant blade in the way, so that's what I use them for. Pretty sure they're for thread, but it's fine. So looking back on this part, I actually wish that I had set up the pictures exactly like they're laying right there, because I really like it a lot better than how I ended up placing them. So as you can see, I'm really struggling to figure out where to put the giant hyolyn lettering. I think it looks okay where it is. I just also don't think it was necessary, but that's okay. So another new thing I'm trying is using spray adhesive. The brand that I got is Scotch, and I got it from Michael's, and I actually really like it so far. Here you get a little peek of my Lost Star spread. If you haven't seen the video for that one, I will leave a link in the description. Go check that one out. And here I'm just writing about the song and how it affected me personally. I really love that hyolyn kind of let us in on this raw emotion that she had. It was a lot different than I feel like a lot of her songs are, and I just was really surprised by how much I love it and how emotional it actually made me. So here's a look at the final spread. I really like how it turned out still. There are some things that I would change, but overall I really like it. I like the pictures that I chose, and I really like the color scheme a lot. So if you liked this video and this spread, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So here I'm using my Fiskars paper cutter to cut out the pictures. I don't always do this, so